15 years ago this month, that hero was a young man from Macclesfield called Ian Curtis, who committed suicide. He was the lead singer with the group Joy Division, who later reformed as New Order. A new book and record have been released to celebrate his music and lyrics. Trevor Ward pays tribute.
Shadow play, acting out your own death, knowing no more.
Joy Division are still important, and whatever else, because they were one of the great classic bands who produced great classic music.
Joy Division was important because it was our sounding ground. It was where we began to realise how to write music. And I think if Ian would have lived, I think the music probably would have been the same as it was when we
Ian Curtis married his teenage sweetheart Deborah in 1975. They had a daughter Natalie, who today is 16. Deborah's account of her life with Ian, touching from a distance, was published this month.
He'd always planned to commit suicide. He decided to do it before he met me or before he was in a band, before he became epileptic. So I think having the band and building up the status that he got was just part of his intentions.
I realize how it's all gone wrong. Gotta find some therapy. This treatment takes too long. Deep in the heart.
It was believed at the time that Ian's epilepsy and problems with his marriage, he was having an affair, were behind his suicide, though Deborah has never disclosed the contents of a lengthy note Ian left her.
Just talks about our marriage and our life together and how much he loved me and Natalie, and it upsets me to read it because he says things that he should have said while he was alive, you know, before it was too late.
Ian Curtis was 23. Before him were Jimi Hendrix and Jim Morrison. After him came Kurt Cobain, all rock and roll idols who left their fans loads of great records, but a painful sense of loss. So should Ian Curtis be revered as a martyr, or remembered as a saddo who couldn't hack it?
I'm not too keen on this martyr bit. I think that life's for the living, really. I mean, suicide is like a permanent solution to a temporary problem, and I prefer to stick with the living. You know, I mean, Ian was a nice guy, but he went, and that was it.
I think the idea of heroic martyr is probably pretty ridiculous, and I am quoted as saying in the Chapel of Rest, "You daft," which is how I felt about it at the time, and probably still do, really. However, in terms of the fact that his central characteristic was a large romanticism, then a kind of romantic hero, yes.
Trevor Ward there on the life and the times of, dare I say, the enigmatic Ian Curtis. But now to matters horticultural, and Fred's been spending the day at the